hari ni, batuk, demam. Tak apa, macam ni. Saya bawa awak ke UK.
Nabilah gitu. Itulah rasa macam lama lagi. Nak bayar Nabilah. Jumpa.
Penat tu.
Well, just now, you see how difficult to do the registration without a system. We know that the system is very important in our life because it consists a large amount of data.
Now, we are gonna present about our system. Here, you're gonna see about our ERD, DFD, context diagram, and finally, our system.
But first, we are going to start with our case study.
Hospital Registration Management System is developed by the MYUvment yang Berhad. The system will allow the new staff to register for access to the system. Next, staff need to register by providing their identification number, full name, identification card number, address, email, telephone number and password. After registration, the staff will be able to log in into the system using identification number and password. Staff will be able to view all information entered, including the patient detail, patient leave, medical report, and also able to print as a report. The admission department of the hospital will be able to view all the registration and update whether the registration is successful or not. If the registration is successful, they will receive an SMS from the system. Admission also will be in charge of the ward according to patient sickness and doctor in charge of each patient.
So, as you can see, this is our entity relationship diagram ERD. We have 5 entities and 1 bridge entity, which are, the first one is admission, staff, MAC record, patient, ward info, and the bridge entity is admission ward info. So we go to the first entity, admission. We have admin ID as the primary key. We also have patient status, appointment date as app date, and patient bill. Next, staff entity. We have staff ID as the primary key. We also have admin ID as the foreign key, which we took from the admission. For the MAC record entity, we have MAC ID as the primary key. We also have patient name, disease name, doctor in charge, and appointment date. For patient, we have patient ID as the primary key. We also have patient name, patient IC, patient phone number, disease name, ward number, and appointment date. As for ward info, we have ward number as primary key. We also have ward name. We have patient ID as the foreign key, which we took from the patient. We have also patient name, max number, and available number. For the bridge entity, the admission ward info, we have primary key and foreign key, which is ward number that we took from the ward info. We also have admin ID as the primary key and foreign key that we took from the admission, and as the addition is ward type. So let's move to the relationship between the entities. As for the staff and admission entities, we have one-to-many relationship, which is many staff can be managed by one and only one admission. and also one admission can manage many staff. As for the admission and ward info entities, we have many-to-many relationship. That's why we have the bridge entity here. Admission can key in many admission ward info. And also, admission ward info can be key in more for ward info. We move to the ward info and patient entities, which is one ward can consist or have many patients and we have the backward is one patient can stay at only one and only one ward info. As for the patient and medical record entities, we have one-to-one relationship, which is one patient can only have one medical record and one medical record can only be held by one patient only.
This is our DFD, which is data flow diagram. So here, I'm going to explain a little bit about DFD. Basically, DFD is a way of representing a flow of a data of a process or a system. There are 4 building blocks in DFD. This rounded rectangle represents a process, which is business activity or function where the manipulation and transformation of data takes place. This rectangle represents an external entity that represents a human system or subsystem. It is where certain data comes from or goes to. This data stores represents the storage of persistent data required and or produced by the process. This data flow represents the flow of information. Let's take a look at our DFD. We start with the first external entity, which is staff. As you can see, there are 5 processes. The first process, the staff need to enclose their details in order to register into the system. The data entered will start at data store 1, which is staff info. The second one is the same thing, but it is for patients. The staff need to enter the details of patient in order to register them. Then it will be stored to data store 2, which is patient info. For the third process is search available ward. So the staff need ward information from the data store 3, which is hospital system, so they can check if there is any ward is available. Process number 4 is the staff prepare the medical record. The staff will write the medical record and it will be stored in data store 3, which is hospital system. The last process for staff is set appointment date. The staff will set appointment date into the system.
So, as you can see, this is context diagram for hospital registration management. The system, instead of 3 entities, which are staff, patient, and admin. To use the system, staff should enter the staff detail into the system. First of all, patient will give patient detail into the system so that staff can process the patient registration into the system. Then, admin can get the registration status from the system. After that, admin will state the patient bill into the system and the doctor in charge will be shown into the system by admin. The system will provide the available ward to the staff. Next, staff will send the medical report of the patient into the system. Based on the medical report, staff will give the appointment date into system and the system will print out the appointment date to the patient.
As you can see here, this is our home page. Now you can see this is our login page. This page required staff ID and also password. Now you can see this is our login page. This is our signed up page where the staff filled in all the information required to register. Once they done it, they need to click the sign up button below so that they can register to the system. This is staff details page. When the staff have signed up, it will be shown to this page. Once the staff ID and also password are accepted, it will be direct to the main page. This is the patient's registration page, where the staff are doing the registration for the patients. The staff need to fill in all the information required and then click the button register below to register the patients and click back to cancel the registration. When the patients have been registered, it will be direct to the patient details. For the new medical record, this is a place where the staff will update or add a new medical record of the patients. For the medical record page, it is when the new medical record have been successfully updated. This is our ward information page, and this is admissions page, where the admin can be able to view all the staff information.